Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television. We are live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. President Bola Tinubu has joined the Christian faithful to commemorate Easter, a significant moment and glorious celebration of the triumph of life over death. This is contained in a statement by Chief Ajuri Ngelale, Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity in Abuja. He said the president greeted Christians in Nigeria and around the world on this occasion, emphasizing love, sacrifice, and compassion as the pattern themes of this solemn season. President Tinubu noted the sacrifice of Jesus Christ for humanity as a lesson for leaders and Nigerians to yield to selflessness and compassion and be steadfast in the pursuit of a united, peaceful, and prosperous nation. The president is assuring Nigerians that the seeds of patience which they have sown are beginning to sprout and will in no time bring forth an abundance of good fruits. Meanwhile, the Ovie of Ewu Kingdom in the Ugeli South Local Government Area of Delta State, Clement Ikolo Ohukpe I, has surrendered himself to the police. This decision comes on the heels of the Defense Headquarters declaring him and 7 others wanted at a briefing in Abuja in connection to the killing of military personnel in his domain. Earlier, reacting to his name being listed among the other 7 wanted in connection to the crime, the monarch in a video expressed shock. He denied his involvement and described himself as a devoted Catholic and Christian who would never do such. Other persons declared wanted: Professor Ekpekbo Otter, Andowe Dennis Bakiri, Akerewu Daniel Omotegbo, aka Amagbe, Akata Malawa David, Sinclair Oliki, Ruben Barrow, and Igoli Ebi. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Kano State Command, has deployed 1,384 operatives across churches as well as strategic locations. This development is meant to ensure peaceful and hitch-free Good Friday and Easter Monday festivities across the state. This is contained in a statement by the command's Public Relations Officer, S.C. Ibrahim Abdullahi. The State Commandant, NSCDC Kano Command, Mohammed Falala, has directed the deployment of 1,384 personnel across churches and other strategic places. According to him, the personnel were drawn from the various departments of the Command to complement the effort of those at the divisional offices in providing adequate security during and after the Easter celebrations. The departments include Operation Department, Critical National Assets Protection Department, Armed Squad, and Anti-Vandalism Unit, Abdullahi added. Niger State House of Assembly said it passed a vote of no confidence on the administration of Governor Mohammed Umar Bago because of his leadership style. The motion for the vote of confidence was moved by the member representing Tafa constituency, Mohammed Idris, and seconded by the member representing Bidatu Harna Dokoza. The session, chaired by the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Afiniki Yunus Dauda, representing Guarara State constituency, took many by surprise. Afiniki said the session is to spotlight the administration, positioning that Governor Bago has been a dogged and dedicated leader who has shown exemplary leadership style. As part of activities to mark the holy month of Ramadan, Al-Hibibiyah Islamic Society has opened its food bank to help ease breaking of fast for Muslims in the nation's capital, Abuja. Our partner correspondent Danjuma Abdullahi reports that the initiative was made possible by voluntary contributions from Muslim faithfuls.
The idea of the food bank of the Al-Habibiyah Islamic Society started from the humble feeding of a few people in 2004 during the holy month of Ramadan.
About 3, 4, 5 families also came that they needed help. We continue like that till Ramadan finishes. And I told my people, I said, next year, this thing we did, we are not going to do it in piecemeal again. We are going to organize it and make it an institution.
Today, the Al-Habibiyah Food Bank initiative has truly blossomed into a household name in Abuja, practicalizing one of the true spirit of Ramadan, which is bringing people together reducing isolation and helping others where one has the means.
This program you see that we are doing, we just want to help God because God asked us to help him. And if we are doing it for showing off, if we are doing it because we think we want to brag that we are the one that has money, I say God will not allow this thing to succeed. But if it's just for God alone and not thought that we are looking for anything there, you will see what will happen.
Cooking at the Ramadan Iftar kitchen at the Al-Habibiyya Masjid starts very early. Today's major menu is jollof rice with eggs. Over 77 crates of eggs are delicately boiled. The jollof rice is mixed with the ingredients and carefully packaged to await the appetite of the fasting Muslims. As a pediatric nurse, Hajia Habiba is very passionate about the impact of the feeding on children.
Sometimes I see children with malnutrition, and before the end of Ramadan, there is a change in them because we are able to give them at least one egg. So, and the normal nutritional requirement is at least 4 eggs in a week. But this time around, we are able to give them 7 eggs in a week.
Before and during the call to prayers, which signifies the time for the breaking of the fast, many Muslims in need continue to troop into the mosque. They receive water, dates for immediate breakfast. After the Maghrib prayers, everyone receives a takeaway package. The process is systematic, orderly, and efficient.
The number of people we fed, about 2,500, 2,400, in less than 15 to 30 minutes, they are taken care of. It does not remain anybody. There's no struggling, there's no any rowdiness anywhere because of experience, because of expertise, because of the sacrifice, because of the dedication, and because of the sincerity of the managers of the program.
This year, the Al-Habibiyya Food Bank and Feeding Program has come with different dimensions of challenges because of the dicey economic situation in the country.
The number of people that are giving us something has reduced compared to the number that gave us last year. 1, the number of people that want to eat, there are now more than the number of people that ate last year because so many people have gone poor. And thirdly, the prices of things as at last year has almost tripled to the number of prices that we get this year. So you can see the 3 challenges which we are facing, 3-dimensional. But alhamdulillah.
How feasible is it to feed thousands of people free of charge every evening for 29 or 30 days?
Some people are now coming to support. Those who new people are now coming that we heard you are doing this, and some people came because of what they saw.
The Al-Habibiyya Islamic Society has a hard-working and perceptive imam. This, combined with a set of dedicated and committed volunteers who put in many hours of work in order to serve humanity.
The Commandant General, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ahmed Audi, has deployed 35,000 personnel across the country to ensure hitch-free Easter celebration. According to a statement by the Corps spokesperson, Babawale Afolabi, the deployment comprising officers and men with targeting no fewer than 35,000 personnel is to provide watertight security before, during and after the festivity to protect lives and property, including critical national assets and infrastructure, adding that members of the public are also to support by giving useful and timely information on suspected acts and persons for prompt and appropriate response. The Armed Forces of Nigeria has declared 8 persons wanted in connection with the gruesome murder of 17 soldiers in Okwama community in Delta State. Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba made this declaration in Abuja while addressing journalists on activities of the military in the theater of operations. He says the military will do whatever it takes to get the suspects. Kiki Lomo-Okere has details.
While fielding questions from journalists on the 17 soldiers who were gruesomely murdered on the 14th of March 2024 in Ukoma community in Delta State. The Director of Defense Media Operations says the military will leave no stone unturned to fish out the perpetrators of the heinous crime, adding that the armed forces is bent on sustaining the winning ways of the operational engagement.
Nevertheless, troops will continue with their efforts until the culprits are found, arrested, tried, and brought to justice by Nigerian law. As for citizens, you must know that you are our first line of intelligence and therefore must rise to the occasion. We have a duty to flush out the culprits, and we must rise to that occasion.
Meanwhile, during the week under review, the director rules out that troops neutralized 212 and arrested 252 persons. Troops also arrested 29 perpetrators of oil theft and rescued 244 kidnapped hostages.
Troops recovered 223 assorted weapons and 2,756 assorted ammunition. The breakdown of which is as follows: 3 M56 rifles, 115 AK-47 rifles, 3 PKT gun, among several others.
In the South-South zone, troops deny oil theft of the estimated sum of over 1 billion naira.
In the Niger Delta area, discovered and destroyed 102 dugout pits, 41 boats, 36 storage tanks, and 8 vehicles, among others. Troops also recovered 944,000 liters of stolen crude oil, over 170,000 liters of illegally refined AGO, and 1,500 liters of DPK.
The foregoing indicates that troops are weathering the storm through offensive posture and improved understanding of modus of operandi of the adversaries. The director reiterated the military high command commitment to continue to eliminate threats posed by terrorists and their cohorts. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The Civil Defense Correctional Fire and Immigration Services Board, CDCFIB, has announced that it will conclude the ongoing recruitment process into the Federal Fire Service. The Minister of Interior and Chairman of the board, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, said the new date was in line with the board's reviewed timeline for the conduct of employment in the paramilitary services under its purview. Tunji-Ojo, who spoke through the Secretary of the CDCFIB, Jafaru Ahmed, at the end of its quarterly review meeting with the heads of the 4 paramilitary agencies under its supervision, said shortlisted candidates will be requested to visit the board's portal via messages to their emails and mobile phone numbers. The minister urged the public to ignore messages on social media inviting them to pay some amounts for placement, adding that they were from fraudsters. Operatives of Ogun State Police Command have arrested Aliu Oyetola, aged 35, and 40-year-old Sheyi Afolabi, said to be members of a 4-man gang of one-chance robbers terrorizing residents of Songota and its environs. Oyetola and Afolabi were said to have been arrested by the police operatives attached to Songota while on a routine patrol around Itori, headquarters of Ewekoro local government area of the state. The State Commissioner of Police, CP Abiodun Alamutu, has ordered that the suspects be transferred to the Anti-Robbery Department of the State Criminal Investigation Department for discreet investigation and diligent prosecution. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has approved the upgrade of the Federal Medical Center FMC Benin Kebbi to a teaching hospital for the College of Health Sciences, Federal University Benin Kebbi According to the institution's head, Information and Public Relations, Jamilu Mohammed, the approval was conveyed to the Vice-Chancellor, Mohammed Umar, a professor, in a 13-March letter signed by the Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Tunji Alausa. This approval is a further testament to the passion and commitment of Mr. President aimed at ensuring that Nigerians get the best health care at an affordable cost and to increase much needed human resources for health in our country. The minister mandated the university to engage the management of the Federal Medical Center, now known as Federal University Teaching Hospital, Birnin Kebbi, to upgrade their facilities for teaching and research purposes. You're watching the News Express, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the news cycle returns, FIRS targets 5 trillion naira value-added tax revenue amid EU concerns over tax evasion in Nigeria. This and other stories coming right after this break. Please stay with us. Are you sure I should not just end this news? I'm going to end the news. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, if you've just joined us, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the news cycle. The dire need for the Nigerian government to enhance the ease of doing business, encourage local investments and improve internally generated revenue of states and the FCT amidst the harsh economic realities has been emphasized by a project manager, Dr. Chukudubem Ezekwelu, in a press briefing in Guzape axis of the Federal Capital Territory. Global Television's correspondent Anthony Mamadou reports.
Dr. Ezekwelu said local businesses must be protected against the selfish interests of foreign entities in order to provide employment for vulnerable Nigerians.
Will selfish interests of foreigners be more important than rights and of your citizens? As foreigners, they are here women and wielding powers and influence greater than Nigerians. Can such thing happen in their country? Because they use that estate as a means of money laundering. Money laundering. EFCC and security agencies should investigate them.
Called on the Tinubu-led administration and the FCT minister to support local businesses and obey court orders in order to boost internally generated revenue for government.
We are appealing to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, seeking for his fatherly intervention, and asking the minister, we are appealing to the minister as well, to give a second thought to his action. Let us go back to drawing board and resolve this issue than this fight. The action done already has cost us a lot of pain and billions. Both human and capital resources have been expended here. We are calling on well-meaning Nigerians to come to our aid, to beckon on government and river authority to save our depleted economy by this act of demolition. If we don't encourage business in this harsh economy and state of nation, real estate business will go into extinction. And is a major means of IGR to our country. We should encourage it.
Dr. Ezekwelu frowned at the Nigerians who collude with foreigners to shortchange the nation, which cause cash flight out of the nation and further deplete the nation's economy. Some artisans also lent their voices to the discourse.
Today, Nigeria can ignore investment that creates employment, both direct and indirect employment in thousands, and create business that increase the IGR of government. If we underplay this sector that has capacity to turn around the economy, it means that we don't mean business. We have to ask our question, do we want to move forward?
They just totally make us lose to that yesterday the liberal was supposed to get. We're coming here to look for what we eat.
We are not happy over it, and we are calling on Mr. President to call the minister to order that this place is not illegally obtained. So let him intervene.
The potentials of local businesses can only be bettered when they are protected and supported by the present-day government. Anthony Momodu, reporting for Global Television.
The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, has laid out an ambitious roadmap project projecting a leap in revenue collection from value-added tax, VAT, to 5 trillion naira shortly. The goal was set against the backdrop of concerns raised by the European Union about the prevalent issue of tax evasion in Nigeria, which they attribute to the opacity of the tax administration process. Matthew Oseniku, head of the Policy and Legislation Division at FIRS, expressed confidence during a press conference in Abuja. Despite possessing one of the West African region's lowest VAT rates, Nigeria has demonstrated a consistent enhancement in its tax collection efforts. He also pointed out that the FIRS has broadened its tax collection ambit to encompass non-resident suppliers and is rigorously examining the tax exemptions extended to certain enterprises. And that's it on the news cycle, and it came to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. Don't forget, we're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching. See you again.